78 Sports TV here. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Smash the like button and hit the subscribe. Turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop a new video. And if you're digging the video, go ahead and share this joint. All right, man. So where do we begin? I know y'all heard everything that's going on, but I want to give my take on it. And I will be also talking about this on the No 304 Show. Make sure y'all go subscribe to my other channel, No 304 Show, right here on YouTube. And make sure you check out all those links on the bottom of the screen. Moving across, patreon.com/78 Sports TV. That's where I do my best cooking. Shout out to the Patreon family. All right, y'all. So let's start here. Jeffrey Epstein, the disgraced, I was going to say businessman, but we don't even know what he did besides traffic children. But Jeffrey Epstein, we all know, the man who mysteriously met his demise while supposedly under the protection of the prison system. And there's supposed to be two guards watching his door, but magically both guards went on break at the same time. And he ended up, mysteriously unalived in his cell after being on, unalive watch. Okay. They said he might try to unalive himself. So they put him on a watch list, and then magically he was taken off. And then the two guards who's supposed to be watching his room went on break at the same time, come back. He's no longer existing. And the both guards have the same lawyer, some high-powered lawyer at the same time. All right, but fine. Just a coincidence, right? So Donald Trump, who promised that when he gets in office, he's going to expose all the dirty little secrets, and he's going to expose all the Epstein list and the secret Epstein files and all the client list from, the hundreds, if not thousands, of clients Jeffrey Epstein had on that island, or he had hooked up with these youngsters, right? Now, Donald Trump gets in office. He brings in his buddy Elon Musk, and this goes bad very quickly. Elon Musk and Trump get into it for whatever reason, not my business. But Elon Musk decides when he gets into it with Trump, he decides to expose Donald Trump and say, hey guys, guess what? Here's a little secret. The reason why the Epstein files haven't been released is because Donald Trump name is on the Epstein list. Donald Trump was on his client list. So that's why Trump, being the president, is not releasing the list. Now, this should have been a bigger story than it was. It was a big story, but nowhere near bigger than Diddy. I mean, Diddy got more attention than this stuff ever got. Diddy got more attention than Epstein ever got. And I don't care what none of y'all say. I've seen people on YouTube that usually talk about heart disease and kidney issues. I'm seeing them talking about the Diddy stuff, trying to piggyback off those views. You understand? The Diddy stuff was like the I'm telling you, but I kept trying to explain to y'all, but I know, what do I know, right? Kept trying to explain to y'all. Whenever this country needs a distraction, they give you a black villain every time. And it always works because this country is rooted in racism. And now, not only is it rooted in racism, but now they got black people to do their bidding for them. They got sellout jigs to do the bidding for them. So they distract you with Diddy. Everybody's supposed to be worried about Jeffrey Epstein and what this man has done. We need to see that black book, his client list. When he first got arrested, the list had leaked. Somebody from the media supposedly leaked the list, and we start hearing about people like Bill Clinton. We start hearing about names like Donald Trump. We heard about names like the British royalty, one of them princes over there, right? And other Fortune 500 companies. Like, these are powerful. So some of the most powerful people in the world, right? In the world were on this list, okay? They even said Barry Hearn, Eddie Hearn's father, was on the list, right? So lots of people have visited that island, right? So when Elon Musk accused Donald Trump recently of being on the list, magically Donald Trump comes out and says, now he sends his administration out to say, The Epstein list stuff doesn't exist. It's basically a hoax. Epstein never had a client list. He had a contact list. Lord have mercy. You can't make this up. Now they're saying the man didn't have a client list. He just had a Rolodex. There's a contact list. That's what they're calling it now. Look at the privileges. But I understand why they're doing it, to be honest. If they release that list to the public, Donald Trump, it wouldn't be in the good best interest for national security, because if Donald Trump is on the list, now he has to explain why he's on that list. And we all know that Donald Trump definitely knew Jeffrey Epstein. This is a picture from them in the early 90s when they were having a good old time. We knew a lot of politicians. The Clintons knew Epstein and all that kind of stuff, right? Donald Trump is on the record of saying this back in the day. This is a quote, allegedly a quote from Donald Trump. And this was out years ago. This ain't like they just pulled this out now. They said this quote was being floated around years ago. And there are interviews with Donald Trump speaking highly of Jeffrey Epstein from the 90s. So this quote says, where he says, Jeffrey Epstein's a fun and terrific guy. Adding, it's even said, this is what Trump supposedly said, it's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them on the younger side. Now, you got to remember the time we were living in. I told y'all, it was not considered to be creepy by the masses for older men to mess with younger women. It was not considered creepy. They used to display it in Hollywood movies all the time. Me being back in high school, some of y'all my age, y'all remember the finest girls back in school was getting picked up by dudes, and there was in college grown men or dudes who was getting money in the streets or whatever. That's how it was, right? From the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, and you know what they were doing in the 50s. The only reason now this stuff is so taboo is because of the Me Too movement and everything that came along with the Me Too movement recently. So now people are going back and digging into things and saying, oh, that's a creep. That dude was, I can't believe y'all generation let this happen and blah, 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 right? But Jeffrey Epstein, and it was taking creepiness to another level. All right, this wasn't just messing with younger chicks. This wasn't a situation like a Shannon Sharp messing with the Snow Bunny. This wasn't a situation like Diddy messing with a Cassie, because those were grown women. And you can feel how you want to feel about that, but those were grown women who made grown women decisions. What we're talking about here is Jeffrey Epstein purposely going out recruiting babies. The man was messing with kids, man. Bottom line, that's what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he had the client list he did, because he's not the only person that like chilling. You know what I mean? He wasn't the only person. There's a lot of them still out here today. But for that list to be revealed, you would have to expose the most powerful people in the world. A few of them might be black, but we're talking about a whole list full of white folk. And if they get exposed, that's going to change the image. That's going to be contradictory to what the government of the United States and what the media is trying to push. The agenda they're trying to push right now is that the black man is the devil. They want you to believe that Diddy, eyes turn black whenever he look, because you got to remember, he's a devil. He's a demon, right? So whenever he look at a woman, and before he attack her with his black devilish stuff, his eyes turn black, stone cold black. You notice how all the chicks kept saying that, right? You know why they say that? It's not because it's true. They said it because they heard one person say it and it was a good line. So once they hear one person say it, they all start repeating it. That's why you have all these new allegations coming out from people. They sit back and listen to the trial, and they heard Cassie and they heard the Jane Doe complaints, and now you got new people coming out with ridiculous allegations, trying to make it sound believable because it's the same stuff that the other people said. It's all it is, man. But anyway, they distracted us. They tried to distract us with the Diddy situation and try to feed y'all. Okay, they want Epstein. Now we gonna give them that. We're gonna give them some of these black celebrities because they want these celebrities to get taken. They know it was celebrities on that list. They know it. We got to give him somebody. Let's give him Diddy, right? Because we already mad at him. Hey, and let's try to give him Jay-Z. They going to love that. Let's try to give him Jay-Z. Let's give him Tyler Perry, okay? We already gave him R. Kelly. We tried to give him Bill Cosby, but we messed up on that one. So I know y'all think, oh, come on, this is conspiracy. This is a conspiracy. Listen, you just a conspiracy theorist. I don't want to hear that. Don't tell me I'm a conspiracy theorist because I can see the play and y'all can't. Especially if you finna tell me that it's a conspiracy about Epstein. Yes, it is a conspiracy with Epstein. But I'm here to tell you, Epstein, they took Epstein out, in my opinion, because the man knew too much and he had dirt on it. Look, now Trump people coming out talking about Epstein's unaliving he did it to himself, right? They released hours worth of footage of a camera in supposedly in the jail Epstein was at, and the camera is not even pointed at Epstein's cell door. It's pointed at like a stairway or almost at like a corner at a stairway, and they're trying to say that if somebody was to come up them stairs and come into Epstein's room, the camera would have picked it up. No, because we don't know where his cell was in relation to that camera. We don't. I know you think we all stupid, right? You think we all gullible and we all just gonna believe. You can't make me believe nothing. First of all, I don't care what nobody say because you could have put some of his food and took him out. Then nobody have to go in this cell. And who's to say that footage is from that day? That could be edited. I can do that with my own home security. If I can do it, and just little old me, if I can go into a program and edit the date on my kennel where I keep my dogs, right? If I can go edit that date, then I know what the government can do, right? I'm working with a $200 program. You talking about the United States government, and you want me to believe that y'all incapable of lying? Y'all lied to us about the Rona. See, y'all thought Donald Trump, he tricked y'all. That's what he did. Donald Trump tricked y'all. Y'all thought Donald Trump was going to come up in here and do all this magical stuff, and he's going to release this and release that. That man secured his legacy. He got back into the White House and destroyed any evidence that would link him to Jeffrey Epstein. Wise and smart move. And y'all helped him do it. Now you mad at him. Now Roseanne Barr out here talking about she upset with Trump. Alex Jones, Candace Owens, everybody upset with Trump. Tucker Carlson, all the conservatives so upset with Trump. You're so upset. Everybody's mad at Trump. Why are you mad? It's called self-preservation. Self-preservation. You want this man to destroy himself. You want him to come out here and release a list with his name on it to make you happy. He ain't gonna do it. Of course, I wouldn't do it either. He ain't gonna do it. But Elon Musk let the cat out the bag. He told y'all what it was. Elon Musk let the cat out the bag, right? So now they trying to say it was never a Epstein list. It was never a Epstein contact list. Excuse me, it was never an Epstein client list. It was a contact list for just his associates. And just because you're associated with Epstein doesn't make you a creep. Well, I wish somebody would have told that to all these knucklehead ninjas that's been running around saying all this stuff about everybody who ever knew Diddy. Oh, Usher. Oh man, Usher was what was Diddy doing to Usher? Man, just shut up, bro. Y'all ninjas got some type of obsession with creepy behavior. I mean, a man can't even eat it. Do you ever notice how we can't even eat hot dogs no more? We can't eat hot dogs without some zesty dude looking all in your mouth trying to, oh man, don't eat it like that, man. What? Eat it like what? Eat it like what? What are you thinking about? I'm eating a hot dog. What are you thinking about? See, these people are exposing their own zest. I told y'all this story before. I was out with a young lady friend of mine, right? And so I'm out with her, and we in this like it's like a what do you call it? It's one of those. I don't want to call it like a swap meet, but it's one of those indoor malls or like locate. I guess you can call it a mall. I guess like a mini mall or something. But we up in there, and it's his business. This guy, he see us there sitting down at the food court talking, and this guy has a ice cream business, right? So he sell ice cream, and he, the business slow, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So he said, hey, he waved me, flagged me down, and said, hey, I'm gonna give you and your girl a sample. Pick a flavor, man. I'm gonna give you guys a sample, man. If you like it, yeah, come spend some money with me. Tell a friend. I said, okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's a good way to do business. So I picked the flavor, she picked the flavor. He gave us a cone, a free ice cream cone, like a waffle cone, right? So me and her sit down. I'm putting my mackin on her. Unbeknownst to me, in the corner is like two youngsters, right, in their 20s, like looking all in my mouth, giggling. So I'm like, what's he doing giggling about? Maybe they tripping because I'm with a younger broad or something. You know what I mean? Maybe they jealous or something. I don't know what they just keep on. So I get up. I get irritated. I got like a little, little thing about me. So I get up and I go over to him. I say, hey, youngster, can I help you, man? What you, when you stand up, you looking at me, you giggling, and hey, no, OG, we just, man, hey, man, hey, she bad, bro, but man, you messing up your game eating that ice cream, man. Hey, real dudes don't eat ice cream like that, man. I said, bro, if you don't, man, look, I ain't gonna tell you what I said to him, because it's YouTube, bro. But I put them in their place. You know what I'm saying? And I told him to stop stop putting your zestiness off on me. I'm over here with a broad, and you dudes looking in my mouth talking about how I'm eating the ice cream cone, right? But you two dudes are standing over here together. Two men standing over here together, giggling about me being with a broad. Make it make sense. But that's the new generation. So, but I digress. I was talking about something else. It's been a lot of y'all on this YouTube lying for years. Well, not for years, but you know what I mean. Since all this Diddy stuff been going on, y'all been on here lying, defaming that man. One of the commandments, and I'm not a religious man anymore, but I do understand certain things. And I understand, was it the 9th commandment? I think, thou shalt not bear false witness, right? That means not just in a court of law, you shouldn't go into court and falsely testify against somebody. You shouldn't lie on nobody's name. That's a sin. You shouldn't be out here lying on nobody's name and just spreading lies and propaganda, or just because somebody says something that must be true. No, now if there's a lot of circumstantial evidence and you can say, this is why I believe, fine. But to act like you know it's true, to act like you know the truth, and your way is the truth is ridiculous. You're bearing false witness. A lot of y'all is. Okay? And this Jeffrey Epstein stuff, the Trump administration, the media thinks we're clowns. They think we're stupid. They really do. Because you can't go from having all this evidence against this man, leaking stuff out to the media, talking about all the names on the client list, and how, we're going to release it. We're going to release it. It's and now they're trying to act like they're protecting the victims. We're not going to release names of the victims. Who on earth wants to know the names of the babies that got harmed? Nobody does. Nobody asked you for that. We want to know who were the people that the babies were going to see. Y'all don't want to tell us that? Of course not. You want to protect those people. You want to protect those people because those people, without those people, maybe America doesn't float and keep functioning the way we want to function, because these are some of the most powerful people in the world that was on that list. So now you try to give us Diddy as a distraction, right? You want to give us Diddy. Round the clock news. Stephen A. Smith every day. Diddy. CNN getting leaked footage of everything. They go raid this man's house with tanks, right? And all they pull out was some baby oil. You know what I'm saying? They pull out baby oil and have people run. People were so desperate to see Diddy get locked up, they try to criminalize baby oil. Then you have people, weirdos, who want attention. And from this new generation, everybody want to lick. See, nobody want to hustle no more. Don't nobody want to grind. Don't nobody want to go out and get it themselves. Everybody's seeing everybody as a come up. Now you got men. You got grown men, not even ashamed, just pretending like another man assaulted them, SA'd them, just so they can get it back. They don't even care. And they got to see, they got to change the laws about this. You shouldn't be able to be a John Doe or a Jane Doe and be anonymous Your name should have to be on the record. Now I know they're gonna say, well, no, because you want the victims to come forward, and the victims shouldn't be afraid to come forward. Listen, that's cap. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if somebody did something to you, and you feel like you want to sue them monetarily, you don't want them to be criminally prosecuted. You just you want your cut. Your name should be out there in these streets. So that way, if your name is out here, we should be able to look you up, check your social media to find out did maybe you got an agenda against this person. You understand me? You know, because there's no punishment for lying no more. People are out here lying on people, just defaming people's character, saying anything. This stuff is not a joke, bro. Now, for y'all that keep talking about this stuff every day and acting like this is a game, trying to take down Diddy, trying to take down Jay-Z, trying to take down all these black folks with money, y'all trying to take them down, and you helping these people do it. Let me tell you something. You ever been lied on? This goes back to the thou shalt not bear false witness, false testimony. Right? So now, have you ever been lied on? Have you ever had somebody lie on you, lie on your name so bad, right, that other people who you respect start believing the lie? Or you could tell they don't know what to believe. That's the worst feeling in the world, man. That's the worst feeling, for somebody to lie on your name, and then you gotta like prove your innocence to people who should know you wouldn't do nothing like that. That hurt, man. I ain't gonna, that's the right word I'm gonna use. Hurt. That hurts. I've been lied on before, plenty of times. And I'm telling you, when people start sideways believing these lies, it get brutal. It can get brutal. This is why you shouldn't be bearing false witness and giving false testimony on people if you don't know that they're guilty of this stuff. Because right now in my community, I'm looking around, when I have conversations with people just repeat stuff they heard. There's complete lies. That's why you YouTubers are very dangerous with your platforms, right? You don't understand the responsibility you have. You understand? Your words, this YouTube stuff, social media is more powerful than the regular news in our community, because people repeat what y'all say. I still got people telling me stuff that ain't true. Still got people talking about, man, Diddy finna do 20 years. He facing 20. No, he's not, bro. He's not. Like you guys got to educate yourself on what they can give him. The feds have rules. Okay, there's sentencing guidelines. I know some of y'all ain't never been in trouble before, so you don't really know. So let me halfway educate you on this the best I can. There's sentencing guidelines. If Diddy was facing 20 years, the prosecution wouldn't have begged the judge to give him 4 years. The prosecution is begging to give him 4 years. He has 2 charges for prostitution, which is nothing. People get popped with that every day. That judge cannot give Diddy some astronomical stuff for prostitution. Because he would easily win on appeal, and then the judge would look like a clown. He has to go within the sentencing guidelines. So if the prosecution is asking for 4 years, they're asking for 2 years on each count, right? And let's say that the judge did give him 2 years on each count, which he probably won't. But let's say he did give him Diddy the 4 years. He sided with the prosecution. Diddy is getting sentenced in October, which is smart by Diddy, right? Because then by the next time you see the judge at sentencing, you would have been locked up for over a year, and you would have completed your programs that you're in right now, proving that you're not a dope fiend no more, and that you took some anger management and all that stuff, and blah blah blah. That's why it's good to stay in there for the other couple of months. You know what I'm saying? Get your mind right. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Get your mind right. Get your body, your health right, and you'll be good. So by the time he gets sentenced in October, then he would have been there for over a year. All right. And then that's going to look even better. And he's spending that time close to his family versus getting sent off to the Fed somewhere, blah, blah, blah. So that's less time he got to do in prison. So if they gave him 4, he already did 1. Then he gonna have that he gonna get credit for the time he been in there. He gonna get credit for the programs, right? If he take the dope fiend program, which he is a dope fiend, he take the dope fiend program. He in there scrubbing toilets and stuff like that, showing them that he humble and, oh look, I'm Diddy, I'm rich and I can scrub toilets. He working in the bathrooms and cleaning up other after other inmates taking doo-doos and stuff. Trust me, bro. All that stuff is going to count for something. And the man is not going to do more than 2 years. Watch what I tell you. Okay? He ain't going to do more than 2 years. But anyway, they lied on the man. They said that the man had all these tapes in his house with children. They try to everything that Jeffrey Epstein actually did. They try to tell you Diddy was doing. None of that stuff came out in court. So now that Diddy has beat the RICO and he has beaten the trafficking, and he's only got the prostitution charges. Now y'all got woke up, and now y'all senses is going back to the Epstein stuff, which it should have been on from the beginning. Y'all should have been thinking about Epstein, right? But y'all gonna forget about him. Y'all gonna forget about it. Y'all gonna move right along. So now Trump got his. I seen Trump on the news today when they was having the press conference, and they asked Trump little homegirl who worked for him. They say, look, what about the Epstein list? And and we didn't like this report. Here go Trump jump in. Oh, let me answer that. Look. Let me answer that. You guys are still worried about this creep Epstein. Yes, Trump, you can't make people forget about it. You can't make them forget about it. They're going to be thinking about it. They just heard Elon Musk say that you was on the list. And now all of a sudden the list magically disappears. And the funny part is the people who try to defend this actions by Trump, because some people going to just defend anything Trump do because they rock with him like that. But it's hilarious for people to try to defend Trump magically making this disappear. Trump literally made the Epstein files and list disappear. You understand? And the reason why they disappeared, we all know. Everybody's smart enough to know why. Because his name was probably on that list. And so was a lot of other powerful people. Not just him, but a lot of other powerful people. And he was not about to be embarrassed and have his presidency ruined about some stuff he did in the 90s. That's why. That's why. The people at the top, they keep their secrets, man. They all look out for each other. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm going to read that quote again for the people who just joined us. Make sure y'all smash the like button. Get the likes all the way up. Appreciate everybody listening. You know what I mean? Like I said again, make sure y'all subscribe to this channel. I will be talking about this with my co-host Blu-ray on the No 304 show. So make sure y'all sub to the No 304 show. And make sure you subscribe to my Patreon. That's patreon.com/78 Sports TV, where I do my best cooking. All right. But let me read this again for the people just getting here. What Trump said about Epstein. He says, Epstein is a fun and terrific guy, Trump was quoted as saying back in the day. He also says about Epstein back in the day, he says, it's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do. And many of them are on the younger side. Now, this is a direct quote from Trump. And this quote is not something that they just made up. That quote been out here for years. You can pull it, just type it in on Google and look at the old articles. Look how far the years go back with that quote. So this ain't nothing that they just pulled out the hat, some alleged stuff Trump's supposed to have said. No, this is the real deal. So anyway, man, 78 Sports TV, salute to the mighty LDBC. Smash that like button, share the video. I'm up out of here though. Deuces.